Good morning. This is KELOLAND On The Go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your Sunday. We also have your Boredom Busters coming up, but first, our top story. Thousands of people across the United States held demonstrations Saturday protesting against President Donald Trump and billionaire Elon Musk. The so-called hands-off demonstrations included downtown Sioux Falls, where hundreds of people protesting Trump administration policies on government downsizing, tariffs, and human rights gathered outside of the federal courthouse. Protests also took place in other South Dakota communities, including Brookings and Pierre. People in the community of Wessington Springs and beyond came together this weekend to mourn the deaths of a local couple killed in a house fire late last month. The fire claimed the lives of Wessington Springs Assistant Fire Chief Michael Brodkorb and his partner, Tiffany Conifer. Area fire departments lined the streets during Brodkorb's funeral on Saturday in honor of the fallen firefighter.
We hate to lose a brother, and circumstances are what they are, and I think each one of us feels the same way, that that we'd all be here for him. He would be here for any one of us.
Emergency vehicles representing more than 20 area departments were present during the funeral. People who live in Minnehaha County outside of the city limits of Sioux Falls will be hearing warning sirens going off tomorrow night, but there's no need to worry about the threat of severe weather then. The county will test their warning sirens at 7 p.m. on the first Monday of the month from now on, instead of the usual Saturday mornings. The sheriff's office says there are fewer volunteer firefighters available on weekends to ensure that the sirens are activated. The city of Sioux Falls will continue its siren testing on the first Friday of the month at 11 a.m. Let's take our first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Adam Rutt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. It's been a nice start to your Sunday across KELOLAND. A few clouds now and again, but beyond that, it's really been just about it. We'll start at Falls Park with a temperature holding in the low 30s, 33, with the falls being nice and full this time around. Southwest wind light at 3 miles per hour. Meanwhile, as we go across KELOLAND, I mentioned we had some clouds out there. You can see that in Aberdeen, but still not a bad start to the day. 25 with a south wind at 6 miles per hour. We're also looking good in Pierre with those high-level clouds in place. 32 over in Hughes County, a west wind at 7 miles per hour. And in Rapid City, a nice calm start to your day in Pennington County, 27. There's a view of downtown right there, front and center. We're at 33 in Mulbridge, 30 for Phillip, 20 though in Pine Ridge, Custer at 24, 36 in Spearfish, 39 for Sisseton, 29 though over in Iowa towards Spencer, Worthington at 33, and Marshall sitting at 35 along with Winter and Chamberlain. Winds really aren't going to be that big of a deal today, but we do have a couple of breezy days on the way. A few opportunities for a little bit of rain by the midweek outlook. We'll talk about that and go through the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. Mega Millions players in South Dakota will have their first chance of winning bigger jackpots starting this week. Tuesday night will be the first drawing that's part of the new Mega Millions enhancements. They include improving odds of winning, plus larger starting jackpots from the current $20 million to a new $50 million jackpot. South Dakota Lottery says the jackpots are also expected to grow more quickly. A Sioux Falls woman has started her own business that empowers women to use their personalities to advance their careers. Alicia Schumacher started Bold Minds last fall. It connects women virtually and offers coaching and networking resources for women with ADHD or have its tendencies.
I believe so wholly that there are so many unique gifts that come along with that, and with the right amount of support, instead of it holding people back and holding women back, that if they can harness those gifts, it can actually really propel whether it be their professional life or their home life.
The impact the program is already having on other women is tonight's Eye on KELOLAND at 10. It's the final day of competition at PBR Unleash the Beast in Sioux Falls. The action begins at 1:45 at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. You can purchase tickets at the KELOLAND box office. Next door at the Convention Center is the Sioux Falls Reptile Expo, featuring dozens of vendors selling both reptiles and amphibians from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. There will also be educational presentations and a raffle. Admission is $12. The Big Boy Toy Show features campers, ATVs, boats, and other larger-than-life accessories for spring and summer outdoor fun. It's taking place from 11 to 4 in the Expo building of the Brown County Fairgrounds in Aberdeen. Admission is free. And it's the final day of the season at Terry Peak in the northern Black Hills. Terry Peak is open for skiing and snowboarding one final time from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mountain Time. Adam?
Well, it was only a matter of time before even Terry Peak had to call it quits for the season. Actually, they had themselves a pretty good year out there in the Black Hills. So you could see they were able to make it almost to the middle portion of April. Especially considering what other portions of the country have had to deal with lately, with the severe weather over multiple days over the Mississippi River Valley, and now even this morning in the deep south through Alabama and headed into northern Georgia. Closer to home, however, we really don't have much. Yeah, there's an upper level trough axis, a little surface area of low pressure on that. Yeah, there's a few clouds along said trough axis, but that's really just about it. It's going to be one of those days where it's really hard to find something to truly complain about, at least in terms of the weather. Yeah, we still have snow on the ground up in the northeast, but we're going to be watching that erode pretty quickly, considering we have that early April sun angle in place. So here we go through the next several days. We're going to fast forward through the rest of today and Monday and Tuesday, because we really don't have anything going on. By Wednesday, though, into Thursday, we do have our one little hiccup. Scattered showers not out of the question, both Wednesday and Thursday. Maybe a low-end isolated chance for a rumble of thunder or two, but again, the key phrase there is low-end chance. I think this is more going to be just a scattered rain event than anything else as we go through a Wednesday and Thursday. After that, yeah, we basically hit the reset button. It's dry again. We warm up as well as we head into the weekend and beyond, for that matter. Odds for above average temperatures remain favored by a pretty decent extent as we go into the second half of April. So keep that in mind. By this point, averages would be roughly in the low or so 60s for much of the area. We'll be talking about 60s and even some 70s not out of the question by then. Speaking of 60s, I think we get in on that today for much of the region, outside of the northeast at least. We'll have 50s up that way. Overnight low temperatures tonight falling mainly into the 20s. Will be either side of 20 though as we go again up in northeastern KELOLAND. Here is the rest of your 7-day forecast. We have a small step backward on Monday. We go from 60 today to 47 on Monday. The rain chances come around Wednesday into Thursday, but then we warm up as we head into next weekend. There are those 70s I mentioned. Same goes for Aberdeen, 56 today, 44 for Monday. A bit of rain Wednesday into Thursday, but from there we dry out and warm up quite nicely, with temperatures getting into the 70s by next Saturday. In Pierre, 64 today, 50 tomorrow. Then once you hit Tuesday, it's 60 or better with 70s on the way as we head toward the weekend. And of course, we have those scattered shower opportunities for Wednesday into Thursday. And finally, Rapid City, a couple of breezy days now and again, a few showers for the midweek outlook, but at worst, and there's some air quotes there, at worst, you have 57 for a high on Monday. You get in on the 70s on Friday and then stay there as we head into next weekend. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.